The current state of negotiations at FedEx is we're transitioning from the interim talks to RLA Section 6 negotiations. That transition at the negotiating table will be rather seamless, but at the MEC there's a lot of preparation that goes into that.
We early opened on January 22nd of this year. We are in Section 6 negotiations as we approach the amendable date.
Some of the issues that are being discussed right now at the negotiating table are some of the bigger sections of the contract. One is Section 25, which is scheduling. And as everybody I'm sure is aware, the opening proposal by FedEx was a PBS proposal that we've discussed is a non-starter.
Most of the company's proposals have, to date, involved saving money and cutting costs, finding efficiencies where they can. They're looking at it from a short-term aspect of the current fiscal climate and economy. We're here to negotiate a long-term contract that recognizes our pilots' contributions to the corporation. The major differences between our position and the company's in most of these sections has to do with tightening of contractual language, monetary issues, and quality of life. It's pretty difficult for people that work in Memphis that are non-pilots to understand all the ramifications of the lifestyle that we lead as pilots, flying around the world 24/7, 365 days a year.
Our proposals are very focused, which means they're pilot-driven, they're realistic based on long-term profitability of the company, and they're fair based on our contributions to that profitability.
We're not looking to modify and rewrite the entire contract. We want a very specific, focused negotiation. We've heard loud and clear from the crew force through surveys, hub turn meetings, and negotiating meetings that we've had with individual members. We want focused, timely negotiations. This should not take years. Our
members can keep abreast of the progress through negotiations, through engagement. We are going to do everything we can to provide the information for them. The 2013 Unity Initiative was specifically designed to do that. The initiative is going to increase our presence in the crew lounge through pilot meetings. We're going to have specific communications weekly coming out from the negotiating committee of the officers, specifically addressing negotiating issues. We're also reintroducing the Unity meetings in the AOC cafeteria, which are small group meetings, to not only provide information, but also to listen to the concerns so we can address those going forward. We're going to be doing everything we can for the pilots, understanding that 70% of our pilots are commuters, so that they can get the information they need to stay engaged.
Be engaged and get involved. We're going to provide negotiating updates in a timely manner through email, the website, and through other communications like hub turn meetings and domicile meetings. The information is out there, but you have to be engaged and go get the information yourself.
The timeline for negotiations is always difficult to forecast. The most important factor to that are the two sides, because there's two sides in every negotiation. We are prepared and ready for a short negotiating process. What we need now is for the other side of the table to come with that same enthusiasm, and we can solve this contract in short order. But again, it takes two sides.
We're here, we're ready, and we're able. It's up to the company to bring the checkbook and recognize the contributions that our crew force makes to the bottom line of this corporation. We're making no apologies for our proposals and our improvements we're seeking in our contract. But there's a lot of loose language, and there are areas of improvement that need to be made in quality of life and in compensation. No apologies, we've earned it, and it's time for the corporation to recognize what we provide to the bottom line.
What we need now is the support of the pilots. The company looks past us. They look past the negotiating committee. They look past the committees and the MEC, and they look to the pilots. Pilot unity will determine the outcome of this contract negotiations. It always has, and it always will.